I was going to record this video and then I forgot I had a meeting. This video is about me expressing what I'm grateful for. Also, I'm on my period. It started on November 1st. It was right after Halloween, and I thought that was insane. It was literally the morning after Halloween where I started my period, and I just thought that is perfect timing. And because of that, my skin has been breaking out. This one I did not pop, it naturally popped in the shower because of all the steam, and then also like me fuck with my face and shit like that while I'm in the shower. It was hair wash day, so naturally, like, yeah, whatever. The thing is, I haven't been as caught up with, it used to bother me how much I would break out during my period. Like this time around, I'm just realizing that, like, girl, are we gonna have the same fucking reoccurring thoughts, self-destructive thoughts about your skin every time you get on your fucking period? And the answer is yes. But now what's different these days is me being able to combat that by being aware of it and realizing that it's fucking normal and it's gonna keep happening, and I can either continuously beat myself up for it, or we can just keep changing my pads and fucking move on. So we're moving on. If anything, I am enjoying my periods more because I use it as an excuse to not wear makeup and to give my skin a break from makeup. And also, like, I can get lazy with my skincare because I'm like, why would I continuously do this? Well, my skincare routine isn't even that long. It's like 2 to 3 products, but sometimes that's a lot for me. Sometimes more than one product becomes too much for me. It just depends on how fucking lazy I am that night and how much I want to get to my bed that night. And so when I'm on my period, I would love to be on my bed as soon as fucking possible. And so I would skip a couple products and I would just moisturize, and that would be in, and it's a great fucking time. So anyways, I will now begin with what I've been grateful for lately. And these are going to come across as basic. I want you to venture out and start looking for things to be grateful for, right? If you're in a position to. So first things first are my friends. Growing up, I did not have a lot of friends. I could always count by one hand how many friends I had. I can be really intense, and if people are looking for surface level relationships or friendships, they just won't find that with me. Well, I guess they can, right? Oh my god, it was a whole thing. Me learning what it means, me learning the difference between having deep friendships and also like being okay with having acquaintances. Like, it was such a big fucking revelation in my head, because it would always break my heart whenever I would have these friends and I realized that they don't want the friendship to go deeper as much as I want it to be. And unfortunately, it took my ex at the time, my boyfriend, to tell me that it's okay to have low maintenance friendships. If anything, you need those too. With every other fucking person that you've ever met, they will always invoke a different version of you. You need these people. You can't just, like, you can't get your heart broken every time whenever you realize that they don't want it as intensely as you do. And that was a really hard pill for me to swallow, but that's okay. But what I'm grateful for are my close friends, are my best friends. So I have, I would say, 3 best friends at the moment. 2 of them I have known since I was 15. The other one I've known last year, but she is my best friend. What I'm specifically grateful for my best friends are their overflowing love and support and guidance that they have shown me in the past months. They have always been, as much as they are my friends and we are in the same age bracket, these are the people that I genuinely look up to, because we all don't live the same lives. They have their own hardships that they go through, their own obstacles, and it is so inspiring for me to be able, and I'm so grateful and honored to be able to see them turn out to be this extremely well-rounded woman. Majority of the goals that I have created for myself, it is in light of me being inspired by what they're able to do with the circumstances that they're given, and them just being able to rise up and like achieving what they want to achieve. Like, it is so inspiring. Encourages me in a way that if they can do what they did with the resources that they're given, I have no excuse, right? And in order for me to, in my brain, in order for me to continue being friends with them, in order for me to continue being on their same level, I have to keep working hard. I have to stay disciplined on my goals. I just have to keep myself in check, basically, in order for me to be worthy. In order for me to be worthy around them. But I'm wording it really weirdly. It's not like my friends are holding me by the, like, they're not holding me at gunpoint to do all these things. It's just like, this is what I'm seeing and this is who I want to be, that type of thing. But like in different fonts, because they have different goals, I have different goals, but ultimately I have witnessed them set a goal and reach it, and that will always be inspiring and also to me, right? So yes, and receiving affirmation from them as far as like our relationship, it fills me up. It fills me up. It's one of the things that genuinely keep me going. And these people have had such a huge impact on my life and have such a huge influence in who I am today. It is insane. It's crazy. Like, I always get so giddy even today, like years later, whenever they tell me I'm funny. The reason why I am the way I am is because I want to keep being funnier and being more hilarious, and I want to keep making them laugh. That's just what it is. Anyways, so there's that. Girlhood to me is my friendships to me are almost my top one. As far as like prioritizing things, like it should be my family, but my, like, this community that I have with my friends it is so important to me. The next thing is my family. So in the light of me moving out, I have, oh my god, the first week was insane. I've maybe it's my karma for kind of like low-key you know, like snickering at people for being homesick, because I'm like get over it, you know? But now that now that I'm in the same position, I have moved out. I don't see my family every day. My grandma isn't just, you know, down the fucking hall. She's now a 30-minute drive. It was heartbreaking. I was calling them almost every day, and I text my mom and my grandma every day. I text them good morning, good night, and also from time to time, at least like twice a week, I will FaceTime my grandma just because I miss her. But also, I see these people every Sunday, right? So even though I see them every week, it wasn't enough for me. There are 7 of us. There are 7 of, like, yeah, my family members, and I would call there are 6 of them, 7 of us in total, me included. But I would call every single family member. I would FaceTime them. Mind you, I'm gonna see them Sunday. That homesickness was a little insane to me. It was one of the worst heartbreaks I've ever felt. And then I start thinking about my grandparents' inevitable death, and then it gets worse from that. But obviously I try to combat it by being more present and reaching out more as much as I can, because every day is all there is, right? I can keep having anxiety about the future. I can, you know, keep lending myself this present grief for the future. But the thing is, like, it's still gonna happen. What am I doing right now? What is it? You know? And so spending time with my family is, I don't take it lightly, especially because they're busy, I'm busy, and so we only have this one day out of the week where I can be there, and I try to be there. I really do, and I have been, right? Sunday dinners are so important to me, because again, when you think about it in a scale of dinners with your family are so limited, right? There's gonna be a point where we won't be able to sit at the same table all together. Like I'm gonna be somewhere else. They're gonna be somewhere else. My siblings, especially my older brother, like he's gonna have his own family. Um, and there's going to be a point where we can't sit at the same table is what I'm trying to say. And that's like self-inflicted heartbreak, yes, but whenever I operate from that mindset, it makes me more present and more grounded whenever I am spending time with them. And that's why whenever we have our dinners, I am the the amount of times I have told my family to put their phones away, because I want to talk to y'all. I want to talk to y'all, and I want you guys to talk to me, right? And we can't really do that if phones are present. These people, as they are my family, they have done so much for me. They have shown up for me in ways that I didn't think they ever would, but they did. And although our relationship could be better, I'm just glad for what we have now, and I'm just grateful and I'm appreciative, especially um because I've witnessed my mom growing up like work so hard to provide for my siblings and I, and it's always oh my gosh, and it's a full circle moment for me to be able to move out of their house and, you know, be able to live with my best friend because of their hard work, right? Like, yes, of course, I worked hard too, and I'm not discrediting myself, but the reason why I was able to make the safe choices that I make is because a huge part of that is my mom and my grandma and my dad and my grandpa. Like it's all of them. It's all of them. And I can't talk about where I am now without providing that history from my family, right? Especially because not everybody is lucky enough to be able to say that their parents, you know, help support them by living with them and by always ensuring that there's food on the table, and I can only focus and the only thing I have to focus on is my job, and I don't have to worry about, you know, cooking. I don't have to worry about my laundry. Like, yes, I pay for my, like, i'm I'm independent in a way that I had my job and I had my own car and I had my own car insurance and stuff like that. But as far as like living in America, like there are so many more other things, like your housing, your health insurance, food, like all of these things that I did not have to worry about. And that puts me ahead in comparison to other people who don't have that. But the thing is, like, that is not the only reason why I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for them because in spending time with them and talking to them, I'm able to see like different perspectives and different insights on things that I have problems with. And I have so many people that I can come to and ask for their opinions and then help compare that. And not everybody has that. Not everybody has that. And that makes me incredibly grateful, incredibly appreciative of them. And that's why I try not to think about everybody's limited time on Earth. So we're gonna move on. The next thing I'm grateful for is myself. Am I allowed to say that? Because I already said it. The reason why I'm grateful for myself is because I have been showing up a lot for myself, and I have been taking care of myself a lot, and I want to give her credit, right? Lately, I actually since July, I would say since July or August, I have been taking myself out on weekly dates. What that looks like, actually, no, it's September. I'm so sorry. So since September, we're in November, I have been taking myself out on weekly dates. And in doing so, I have met some really cool fucking people. Another thing is I've been saying yes to things. I had a couple people tell me that, hey, we should hang out more. And I do like these people. Like at the time, these are people I used to work with too. And at the time when we were working together, I really liked their company and I thought they were funny and I thought they were cool. And so I'm like, I have no qualms about putting more effort as far as, hanging out with them more. And that's exactly what the month of October has been, is that I made efforts to, stay in contact with them, texting them every day, calling them, and then showing up to, and then planning hangouts with them. And it has been so wonderful. I have laughed so much in the recent months, and I've also cried so much, but it's just, there's such a bittersweet feeling in laughing and like being able to laugh with new friends and having this like bubbly sensation feeling in your chest of knowing that this newfound friendship is going to bloom into something deeper. Like the beginning stages of it, it's so good. It's so good. It feels like crack, I'm gonna be honest. And I'm glad that they are receiving my attention and intensity at like so far pretty well. Right now I'm kind of like, I'm easing them into it. I don't, not to a point of repressing myself, but it's just like I don't, as far as like showing my personality, I'm not really holding back, right? But I'm not as like, oof, like all up in their fucking business, like, hey, when do you want to hang out? Then it's like, hey, what are you doing right now? Like, we're all adults, so I know like how busy they are. But whenever I would call them or like I would text them, they would pick up or they would immediately respond. And it's just, it's nice having that attention be given back to me because they don't have to. They're not required to, right? So it's all in the root of it's just because they want to, right? Or at least I hope they want to. I hope they don't feel like they have to. But that's how I'm taking it. That's how I'm seeing it as of right now. So it's been nice. And just being able to experience these new things, because I also signed up for my guitar lessons, and my teachers have been, I had two teachers. One of them I had a few lessons with him, and then he went on a cruise, and so I scheduled with another teacher. And then I realized I really like this teacher better because of his approach and the way he describes things or explains things. And so my remaining lessons have been with him, and I love him so much because there was a lesson where I was just really fucking tired from all the plans that I've made and all the things that I've done throughout the week, that I was just so low energy coming into that lesson. But after a lesson, I came out so refreshed, so rejuvenated, and just like my mood was just fucking up, 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 up. And like how powerful. Whenever people change my mood, or like whenever they have that influence to affect my mood, I always feel like I'm under a fucking witch spell. I'm gonna be honest, and I don't mind it. You know, like I'm not, and it's not in a bad way at all. But that's how it feels, and I get so giddy, and I'm like driving, and I'm on the way. I'm back home driving, and I'm blasting my fucking music, and it is so good, and it's such a wonderful feeling. And then I started getting really sentimental about life. So yeah. But overall, so going back to me, my schedule is a lot of, it's my 9 to 5, and then me going to the gym at least 2 or 3 times a week, and then me hanging out with my friends, and then me spending time with my family, and then me doing my schoolwork because my classes have started for this fall, and I have a lot of labs, and I've already like mapped out how I'm going to make sure that I turn these things in. And so me staying on top of that workload school schedule, and it's been a lot, but at the same time, like I've been taking it pretty well. Having I'm trying to find a balance of following a structured routine, but at the same time, not being so anal about it that if I miss one of the steps to my routine, like I spiral a little. And it's already happened, and my anxiety was just so bad. But I sat with that, and I told myself, like, it doesn't have to be such a life or death situation. It's okay if you miss a day, as long as like you are still somehow on track. It's fine, right? Because during this time, it is so important to show ourselves grace. So important. It can't just be a constant of like productivity, 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 productivity. Like it can't. It really just can't. You will kill yourself. You really will. Like you will strain whatever relationship you have with yourself. And so it's important to take rests. It's important to be playful. It's important to have your routines, yes. Um, but it's also important to make sure you are good, right? To check in within yourself, and to um, make sure that you're just taking precautions. You're taking measurements to take care of yourself. And that means it could be as basic as making sure you at least get 2 meals a day, making sure you're hydrated, making sure you eat a fruit, at least one fruit a day, one vegetable a day. You're taking your supplements. It's a lot, yes, but like start at the very, very bare minimum. Very bare minimum. So that could look like once a week you go to the gym. Once a week. Or you do a home workout. Um, or once a month you see a friend. Once a month. Or once a month you call your mom. You know, like very basic, because this is like the time to also be in tune with your close relationships. Like you should not, if you feel like you are currently isolating yourself, um I'm not going to guilt trip you into be like you shouldn't do that, but if you notice that, I encourage you to set a plan, um to within your capabilities, within your capacity to reach out to someone. It could be a friend, it could be a family member. Fuck, it could literally just be striking up a conversation with a barista, like it, or a stranger. It could be anything where you initiate a small conversation where it is lighthearted, right? Anything, any contact, any social interaction, and yeah. So there's that. I haven't been reading as much, but that's because I really wanted to finish Water 7 in One Piece, but before Halloween, and I did exactly that. No, I went past that. I was already at like chapter almost 500. And so like it was a lot and I cried a lot. It was insane. It was insane. Um yeah, Robin's backstory and her rescue. Oh my god. Let's not get into that right now. The next thing I'm grateful for is my job. I get to work from home a couple days a week. And then it is an 8 to 5 job. I'm also grateful for the team that I have because I'm surrounded by wonderful, very capable, intelligent women who have no, there's just no animosity in the office. Everybody is so playful. Everybody jokes with everybody. And it just feels like such a safe environment where I can just chill the fuck out and do my work. And if I have any questions at any point, I can ask anybody and my question will get answered. And that's such a big difference compared to the previous jobs I had with fast food and the restaurant industry, because if you work at a fast food or restaurant industry, you know just how much fucking drama that place is filled. And it's mentally exhausting on top of it being physically exhausting working there. The next thing is, actually the last ones are my best friend's cats. They're both taking naps right now. They're outside my room. Because of my job, I wake up earlier than my best friend. Unless she decides to go to a fucking state park and start hiking, then she wakes up way earlier than I do. But for the most part, like I would wake up, or I would get up earlier than her. And so I'm co-parenting by feeding them at their scheduled time to eat. And then also if my best friend / roommate stays out late, I also feed them at night. And I just love being able to take care of them in that way, and also being able to take that load off of my best friend's plate, because she just got 2 jobs and she's about to be really fucking busy. And I want her to know that she can rely on me as far as like not having to worry about their feedings, right? They're also just like so cute and they're so fucking funny and they're so fucking playful. Like, oh my god. They keep me entertained. I'm gonna wrap this up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it helped you reflect on your, like, with your own life and things that you have to be, like, you have or you are grateful for as well. If you want to tell me about it, you can. I do have a confession though. Starting this channel is terrifying to me. I don't know what expectations I have regarding it. I just know that I want to create something, and it's not necessarily painting, drawing, or making music or anything like that, but some of it is tied to writing. I just don't know what kind of writing, and I also don't know what kind of videos to put out. I just know, like, I have a lot of things I want to say, and I want people to hear it, right? And I want to share that with people, and this is my next best thing as far as spreading the word. I don't know what fucking word, but as far as just like putting myself out there, this is what I got. I'm excited for what the future has in store for me and for what else I can do with this platform, what ideas I can come up with. I'm just not sure what they are. So, tune in. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.